What's up, everyone, and welcome to Season 7 of Inside Lines Podcast. I'm your host, Atoya Burleson, and the regular NFL season has begun. That's right. This Thursday, there is the first game of the season. But let's talk about what's happened in this last week. There's been so many surprises. There's been some surprising cuts in the NFL. A lot of former NFL players' sons were cut this past week. We had Shiloh Sanders, son of Deion Sanders. We also had Frank Gore Jr., son of Frank Gore. Y'all remember the running back Frank Gore with the 49ers, amongst other teams, obviously. And then we had Isaiah Hodgins, son of James Hodgins. Tariq Owens, son of Terrell Owens. And then also Brendan Rice, son of Jerry Rice, to name a few. A lot of surprising cuts there. You would think that these guys would still be on a team somewhere. I'm praying that they end up on an even better team. And I'm wishing them nothing but success. They end up on a team that they absolutely love and that they can grow on. So I wanted to talk about that because a lot of these players, you know, all fathers want their sons to follow in their footsteps and do what they did. And I know everyone's path is different. But I was actually kind of shocked about a couple of these because I felt like they had a really good showing. But wherever they land, I wish them the best. Moving on, I don't know if y'all have heard about this, but wide receiver Devontae Smith made a decision to purchase a modest house. He spent $625,000 on this house, and a lot of people were in an uproar like, what? You signed a $75 million contract. But what I love about Devontae Smith is he's known for being super chill. He has spoken out about prioritizing stability over flash. And he doesn't need all that extra stuff. Like, he doesn't have anything to prove to anyone. So I love that he is setting that precedence. And I think more players should pay close attention and follow along with that. Okay, and I'm sure all of y'all have heard, but Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are officially engaged. That's right. Apparently, Travis asked her dad for permission about a month or so ago, and then he asked Taylor to marry him. So congratulations to the both of them. Everybody was saying it was a hoax, but I guess it wasn't. Careful what you say. Okay, moving on to Make It Make Sense. I want to talk about this because I experienced this a few times while traveling, and I just want to know why parents refuse to parent anymore. If I see another parent walking away from their child, throwing a tantrum and letting them scream and act a fool in public, I'm going to lose it. It is so ridiculous. I'm like, man up or woman up and deal with your child. You chose to have these kids, not us. We don't want to deal with your child falling out for 20 minutes and acting a fool and you scrolling on your phone or looking away like you don't see it or hear it. I just don't get it. And I'm seeing it more and more lately. I see it in airports. I see it on planes. I see it in stores. And I'm like, why don't parents want to parent anymore? It is baffling to me. You know what I want to do? I was thinking about this. You know how like when you go and you park your car and if you don't pay for enough time on the timer, you get a ticket. You know, the guy comes around and gives a ticket if you didn't do what you're supposed to do. I feel like there needs to be parent patrol. Like, if parents don't know how to handle and discipline their own kids, I just feel like they need to go to a parenting class or just don't have them. But if I see you letting your child act a fool and you're not doing anything, I would love to give you a ticket. Just hand out a ticket right then and there for parents that don't want to parent their kids and they have to do something about it. They have to go to court or they have to go somewhere, take a parenting class. But letting your child scream and act a fool in public is just not okay with me. It's so torturing and so annoying. And listen, I get it. There's exceptions. There's the kids that have behavioral issues or they may have a disability. I understand all of that, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about lazy parenting. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you refuse to get down on your child's level and look them in the eye and have a conversation with them and work through whatever is going on, and instead you walk away or you're on your phone or you're ignoring them, that is just not good parenting to me. Personally, y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know your thoughts, but we got to do something about this because I'm seeing it more and more lately. Okay, moving on to It's Debatable. Now, you guys know in our It's Debatable segment, we all know that couples and friends and family get into some serious debates. Here's one that we've talked about lately. Is technology making us more distant or more connected? I want y'all to think about that. Is technology making us more distant or more connected? So here's both sides that I've heard. Some people say, I think it makes us more connected. And we communicate with friends and family that we don't necessarily get to see across the globe, that we wouldn't talk to as much. And we can share life experiences or milestones with many people at once that we don't have to reach out to each one individually. I get that. There's also the working side. There's the networking and opportunities and brand building side that people feel like is really important. And for social media, it's a great thing. And it also raises awareness on different topics. There's activism. There's all of these great things that it does. I get that. But then there's the con side. And this is where I get into it. I feel like some of those connections are very superficial. They really are. They don't mean much. It is what it is. There's also, forget about the superficial connections, but what about the connections right in front of you? Like people that are sitting at dinner, scrolling on their phones while someone's right in front of them, or families sitting at home, everybody's in the room, but they're all on their phones. They're not even interacting and talking to one another. And then there's also this, which we've talked about before. I've talked about this with a few people. There's this comparison and envy of others, which a lot of people struggle with. They struggle with seeing other people do well or do better than them. And then also, have you noticed if someone gets on there and they're vulnerable and they want to talk about something and they're crying, everybody wants to chime in and say something about that. But when they're doing well, no one's wishing you well. It's very interesting when you really pay attention to social media. And also, with the art of comparison on social media, there's also the mental health side, right? A lot of people struggle. They become depressed. They don't think that they're enough. They lack security within themselves, right? They become very insecure people. So I want you to tell me where you fit in. Do you feel like social media is helping us to become more connected, or do you feel like it is helping us to become more distant? I understand there's pros and cons on both sides, but I want you to choose one and let me know what you think. Okay, y'all, it's time to get into our episode with the amazing Talk to Tash. On the show today, we have a celebrity intuitive life strategist and accomplished author. With a divine talent, she effortlessly unveils a person's past, present, and future potential. Please welcome to the show, Dr. Natasha Leath. Hello.
Thank you. Hi, Atoya. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited for this.
Thank you for coming on. I'm so excited. You have been moving and shaking, and there's so much to talk about. But I know a lot of people are curious and they're wondering, what does it mean to be a celebrity intuitive? Look, I can't even get it out. What does it mean to be a celebrity intuitive life strategist? Tell us what that means, Tash.
Yeah. So I have a gift, a God-given gift, where I have the ability to look at you and speak to you about your past, your present, as well as the possibility of your future. It's a gift that I was born with, and I use this talent to help people strategize their lives, which is why I've branded myself as a celebrity intuitive life strategist. And I work with a ton of individuals, celebrities in the entertainment space as well.
Okay, so when you found this gift, how did you know what to do with it? Because a lot of people have gifts and they're very unclear. They don't know what to do. How did you figure it all out?
So my family identified when I was as young as 6 years old that I had this gift. So this is a gift that I was born with. I've realized in my adult life that I was using this gift in corporate America. And so I said, why not use this gift to make myself, to help people, to empower and inspire people, right? So I left corporate and I literally built a brand, Talk to Tash, and I made myself available to help thousands of people around the world. It was a belief that I know that I had in terms of empowering and inspiring individuals with disability.
That's amazing. Yeah. I think that it's so cool what you do.
Thank you.
I want to talk about it from your side. You know, when you talk to these different people, when you speak into their lives and you offer what it is that's on your heart and you tell them, How does it feel? Because I mean, it's probably not always good news, right? I mean, you do have those that is great news and it's, it's empowering, they're excited, but then the ones that are like, wait, what? How do you release that? And then how do you feel looking back?
Yeah, I mean, it's always for the good, right? I think people need clarity and confirmation and direction. And the only way you can get that is by way of truth. My gift is used to tell you the truth. I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear or what you need to know. It's what God wants you to do. It's what God wants you to, the path that he wants you on. And sometimes, as humans, we get derailed, right? We have a million things going on in the life, the career, the business, the kids, everything, right? So what is my direction? What is my strategy to keep me on the right path? And it may be something that's left. It may be a toxic relationship. It may be a job that you don't belong in. I may have to give you advice to say, this is not working and this is a block, but here's the path that you will be on as a result of this information. So it always works out for your good. It's always for your good.
Well, that's what I love about it is, not only do you offer or give people the truth, but then you help them to get it back together.
Yes.
That's a gift as well. That's beauty. A lot of people don't have the purposeful steps to get there. They don't know what to do. So to have someone to kind of help strategize that with them and make it work is beautiful. I want to talk about your latest appearance. You want to share with everyone what you just did?
Absolutely. So I recently appeared on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Cynthia Bailey is one of my friends and clients, and I've been working with her for many years. And she wanted to share me with her girlfriends for Real Housewives of Atlanta. And so I was on set. I sat with each housewife and I talked to them about their lives and gave them inspiration. It was such a great experience. They were also grateful, and so was I.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So as you're telling each woman, whatever it is coming about, were some of them shocked, like, girl, how do you know that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If any of you guys watched the episode, tune in, Real Housewives of Atlanta. They were totally shocked, with the information that I had. And I'm very detailed. I told one of the women about her car, something with her ex-husband in the car. She was like, I didn't tell anyone this but her. How did you know this, right? I mean, I'm very detailed and specific, down to the cars, the relationship, your health, your wealth. And I'm very detailed. And so they were shocked to know the information that I shared with them because they didn't share with anyone. So they were like, how do you know this? No one knows this, but one person, if anyone knows this. So I was very specific and they were grateful and shocked. Super shocked.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yes. One thing that I know that you highlight, it's very important for you to say, is that you do not believe in psychics or tarot card readers. That's not your thing. Your gift is from God. Yes. Why do you want to make sure you give, those that listen to you that distinction?
I think it's important for people to understand where the messages are coming from. You have a lot of individuals who use tarot cards or they do identify as psychics, and nothing against those individuals. Everybody has their own talents, but I want people to know that my source comes from God. This is a natural gift that I was born with. I don't need to use any other tools or resources or any of those things such as tarot cards or candles or any of that. My gift is 100% natural and prophetic. And so prophetic is of God. And I think if people know the difference of what that is, they will be more prone to receiving the information that's given to them. Because where's the information coming from if it's not from God?
That's so true. Okay, when you talked about being on the Real Housewives of Atlanta with Cynthia Bailey and the rest of the girls, you also have a lot more clientele people may not know about, from Bryson Tiller to Tawanda Braxton, from Braxton Family Values. Yes. Talk about all the people that you've spoken into and why they keep coming back. Yeah,
so Mace is a good friend of mine. We speak with each other prophetically. Bryson Tiller, of course, Pep from Salt and Pepper. There are some celebrity athletes and actors and actresses that I can't announce. I can't make sure that I'm in NDAs. But, I'm guiding them. They're in this profession, in this world of influence. And you can imagine being in that space of the impact and the negative and the positive and the confusion and the opportunities that can easily cause you to derail. And so I support them with keeping on track. I can see things that they don't see. I can see things that's happening for them right now and keep them in the right contracts, keep them in the right deals, keep them relevant, right? So that they can continue to soar and do all of the great things that they're destined to do in the world in a positive way. And so they get results. Cynthia Bailey, she would tell you herself she doesn't make any decisions before she speaks to me first. And that's in every capacity of her life. She calls me first before she makes a decision, which I highly recommend.
Speaking of people calling you, let people know, how many people do you work with? Let's just say within a week.
I speak to an average of 70 to 100 clients per week, worldwide, globally. I'm on 4 radio shows as a reoccurring guest between the DC area, New York area, South Carolina, Ohio, where I'm on the radio as a reoccurring guest. Twice a week, bi-weekly, or sometimes once a month. So in between my clients, I'm at events, I'm having events, I'm in the studio, I'm traveling to my celebrity clients. Some of my celebrity clients require me to travel to them. So I'm on the go. As long as I have my phones, I can work. So I'm talking to sessions, I'm traveling, I'm on podcasts, I'm in the studio all at once. And shout out to my team lead, Brandon.
Girl, listen, that's a lot of clients. You need a team lead. You need someone to help keep it all together. Yeah. So that's a great shout out.
Yeah.
When do you find time for you, Tash?
So I do not conduct sessions on the weekends. The weekends is for me, it's for my family, and it's for my girlfriends. We are a part of Glossy Posse, the sisterhood of support. Yes. And I try to make it a point to show up for all of you guys as much as possible. If we're having an event or if we're having a dinner, you had an amazing Valentine's Day dinner in February. If I have to move my schedule to ensure that I'm there for my friends and my family, I will do that because that is my balance. That's my peace, and that's me pouring into myself. So I do offer myself flexibility, a little bit of wiggle room. Again, shout out to Brandon for managing my calendar and my life because I would not be able to do it without him. But it works. I make a choice to make time, weekends and holidays, and I block off our annual trip that we go on.
Yes.
That's already blocked off. Okay. Don't you worry. So yeah.
I want to talk about your gift from a different side because, with this gift, I'm sure it doesn't just shut off. Like, when you go into a room and you see people and you're meeting people and, most people think that, you're just meeting someone for the first time, but you are seeing things and hearing things and experiencing things in those moments.
Yeah.
How do you, or can you shut it off? Or how do you maneuver through it?
So my gift never shuts off. Fun fact, my gift never shuts off. It's literally on 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. When I'm in a room, I literally know everything about every single person in the room. And it's weird because we'll be having a conversation and I know about your husband and I know about your job, and I'm looking at them in the face and I'm like, girl. Yeah, so how about those hors d'oeuvres? Weren't they delicious? You got to try the espresso martini. I am in my mind, I'm seeing all this stuff and I'm trying to not say anything because I want to, separate my life. It's hard. It's hard to look someone in the face and know that they have health problems or they're going through a divorce or their kid is not speaking to them or their job is about to fire them, right? They're about to get laid off. I see everything. And, I may say something sometimes. I'll tap into it. I may say, hey, you don't know me, but there's a lot of things going on at your job. You're stressed out. And they're like, oh my God, how do you know this? I'm like, and I tell them who I am. And they're like, oh, this is crazy. But then I stop, right? So I don't even know how to introduce myself anymore. And people are like, well, what do you do for a living? I'm like,
How do I say this without freaking someone out?
How do I say this without freaking someone out, right? And then when they look me up, they're like, oh, you do this. This is what you do. And I'm like, yes. So did you know everything about me when you were standing in front of me? I'm like, I did. And they're like, what? And I'm like,
So, okay, I need to know this because I would often think with having this gift and you being honest with people. Most people, when you can tell them about themselves and they know that you're being honest and they know oh my gosh, there's no way she would know that. And they're able to receive that. I respect and I know that this is the truth because no one knew this. How do you deal with the people that don't want to receive it? How does that happen?
Surprisingly enough, I don't get that often. Okay. And that's why I'm so grateful that God gave me this gift because I'm a real homegirl just like you. Yeah. Right? I'm from Jamaica, Queens, New York. Yeah. I'm sister girlfriend. I'm your friend. I genuinely care. So my prophetic ability also allows me what I can deliver and how I can deliver it. Okay. So I always know what people are willing to receive and what they're not willing to receive. So I share with them what they're open to. So I don't get that response because I know what they need to hear. And most people are pretty receptive.
That's good.
Yeah.
So Tash, you also talked about pivoting, leaving the corporate world and leaning into your gift. Yeah. I'm sure you got that idea from God as well. Talk about hearing it and needing to hear it over and over again until the point where you were able to like really receive it and do it. What was that experience like for you?
It was tough. I was, corporate America and jobs, that's stability. People identify that as stable, right? When it's not, you can create your own stability. It's important for all of us to work on our purpose, because your purpose is what's going to give you the stability that you deserve. You can create that, right? And so, because I conducted sessions on the side. I worked 9 to 5 and I did sessions from 6 to 11. So I was doing this for many years, right? I would meet people in Bryant Park at 7 in the morning in person before I went to the office at 9, and then leave work at 5 and do sessions from 6 to 11. I did that for years. And on the weekends, I would have people come to my house on the weekends and conduct sessions on the weekends. So I didn't have any time. And so I said, all right, I need balance. And I know that my purpose is to help people with my gift. So I have to choose. I can't be both. I can't keep going on like this. And so I chose the mission. I chose the gift that God gave me, and I bet on myself, and I bet on the people that I got to serve. And then I literally blew up overnight. I hired a publicist. I used whatever money I had in the bank to hire a publicist to get me on these big platforms so people can see the impact that I'm making. And here we are.
Okay, you talked about impact. Tell us about the most surprising impact as you're talking to someone. You didn't even know what you're going to say and it came out. Talk about, someone that you really impacted and they're so grateful and you're just like, woof, I didn't even know where that came from. Like, what's an example of that?
Well, I say this humbly. I deal with that every day. Every day. I speak to, as many people, many individuals, 70 to 100 clients. A lot of my clients are reoccurring. 20% are new, 70% are usually reoccurring. And I get testimonials every day, where they're like, Tash, you saved my life. My mother had cancer. I didn't know. I made her go to the doctor. They found the cancer. My husband is sick. I didn't know. My daughter was struggling with depression. I didn't know until I had the conversation with her. And you told me this in our session. So every single day I'm receiving testimonials and praises of how I've impacted their lives. So this is a normal thing for me. And it's what keeps me going every day when I'm dragging out of bed. I know that I'm making an impact because my clients tell me every second of the day. Whether I'm getting an Instagram DM or a message or a text or from one of my sessions, every single day, God is reminding me that I'm on the right path.
That's beautiful. Okay, Let's talk about your personal life, okay? Like when you think about your own life and the things that you go through personally, how is it different using your gift speaking to others versus your own personal life and trying to navigate that? You're living in your own body, right? So it's going to be different. Talk about how you navigate that.
Well, shout out to my family and my friends, right? Because they're the ones who keep me balanced. You guys, because you're my friend. When I'm with you, it's not intuitive Tash. This is my friend Tash. This is my sister Tash. This is my bestie Tash. You guys separate my life for me, right? Because when I'm around you, there is no, what are you seeing with me, girl? What are you picking up from me? What you getting? You getting something from me? Like, I'm not, it's like, hey girl, we going out to brunch. And if I have something to say, you guys know that I'm going to say it, right? And you respect the boundaries for me, which I so appreciate because I have people who are around me who want to know something every second. I'm like, okay, you're not my friend. This is not balanced because you only want to be around me because you want me to read your life every second. So there's no separation for me being friends with you or benefit. Right?
So true.
So
so true.
So I separate my life by my friends who understand that I do this every day. I'm on the phone from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday talking to people. And it's a lot, right?
It's a lot.
My bestie Shay is like, your schedule's probably crazy. Like, when you end at 6, let's go meet for frozen yogurt. Like, let's go for a walk. Like, you need to get out the house. Go to the rooftop. I know you've been helping people all day. What are you doing for you today? Right? So friends like that in my family, they're like, where are you up to? Come to DC. My brother, he booked me a trip 2 weeks ago to come to DC. He goes, I need you to be out here. Your energy feels heavy.
Oh.
My brother. And I was like, no, he goes, I booked you a train ticket. So your train leaves on Tuesday at noon.
That's a dope brother right there.
And I said, okay. I packed my bags. I got to DC and I didn't need it. I didn't realize how much I needed it until I went.
Yeah. Because that's when he said that you felt heavy, that is a good question. Like, how do you decompress all of that? Because that energy, think about it. If you're dealing with 100 different people throughout a whole week, and then you're giving out all of this energy, how do you pour back into yourself?
So I take naps every day. So from 3 to 4 is my nap time. I have to, because I'm on the phone early and I'm on the phone late. So that gap time is for me to recharge. Because the only time I believe my gift is on is when I'm sleeping off.
So you like, I need to go to sleep.
I need to go to sleep. I can't even be awake. I want to go to bed and just tuck myself in, put the cover up to my neck, fluff up my pillow, and I'm just going to close my eyes. Because I can't watch television. Fun fact, I don't watch television. I have 2 big TVs in here, okay, that I don't even watch because I can read the actors and actresses' real lives. So I struggle with watching television.
Because you're like, wait, I'm supposed to be over here looking at this
right.
the whole storyline, and I'm over here with this other storyline.
Right. So this is my life, no exaggeration. So I don't watch television. You know, I can read photos. You know, if I'm in the car, if I'm driving, and Shay can tell you this, if I'm driving and someone drives past me and the energy is heavy, I'll get this thing where I get stuck, and it's scary because I'm driving. And it's like, I get this thing where I'm like, and it just flushes through me. And I'm like, and Shay's like, is it happening? Is it happening? And I'm like, it's happening. But she goes, slow down. And I'm like, it's happening. And like, and I stop, and that's embarrassing me. I can't believe I'm even sharing this right now. I struggle with driving sometimes because even the cars driving past me, I'm picking up their lives. And I'm like, oh my God, she has it like, oh my God. And I feel this flush through me. And I'm on a highway.
Yes. That's scary.
Yes. It's quick, thank God. You know, it's very quick, but when it's happening, it's happening, you know? And so Shay had to come to DC because I was afraid to drive from DC home by myself one time because it was happening very frequently. So Shay took the train to DC to drive back home with me because she was like, I don't even trust you driving 4 hours.
Yeah, and then you don't really know, right? You don't know when it's going to be heavy and when it's not, and when you're going to be more sensitive, right, to others versus other times. Like, that's a lot to unpack. And I think about, so I was going to say this to you. I'm really big. I always tell people, like, go to therapy. It is like, you know, some people go to a trainer and they work out their bodies. You know, go to therapy and work out your mind. Because sometimes we get stuck in our own stuff and it's just so refreshing to like see from a different perspective and really understand that not everything that happens to you is, a lot of it's in your mind. It's not really purposely being done to you. So anyways, I say all that to say, when you think about a therapist and you think about, you know, talking to them, they're just listening, right? They're listening to what you're saying. And then you're just, you know, listening to what they're saying and you're just kind of going back and forth. For you as a therapist, how do you, I mean, I know you're not like a licensed therapist, but in the sense you can read people's lives and what's going on. So do you ever get stuck in this space where someone's sharing something with you, but you seeing a lot more, and like you're like, yeah, you're not being transparent here. Like, how do you navigate all of that? You know,
there is no such thing as someone not being transparent with me.
Okay, because they know you know.
Yeah, they know that I know, and if you make an attempt to not be honest, I'm going to call you out on this because I can't help you if I'm enabling the nonsense, right? I don't support nonsense, and if you need support, then let me support you, even if you don't want to hear it. That's what you paid me for. You paid me to support you and to guide you, and I'm going to do just that, even if you don't want to hear it. Right. So I'm not here to enable anyone. I'm here to support you and be the best support system that I can be. And I can only do that by way of telling you the truth.
That's right. Straight to the point.
Yeah, straight to the point. You know, and you may not want to hear that your husband's cheating on you. You may not want to hear that. But you know.
Like, but I'm about to tell you.
Yeah. I mean, not even just that. A lot of the times my sessions are confirmation. It's things that you already know. But for me to tell you.
So you think they go in like. They go in kind of knowing, but you confirm.
Oh, yeah.
Like before they have to say anything, you're going to confirm it for them.
Absolutely. Yes. It's really a lot of confirmation. Like, I'm like, hey, you noticed 2 weeks ago that a woman was texting your husband and it was inappropriate messages. Does that make sense? And they're like, yes. I'm like, so you know he's cheating. And they're like, I wasn't sure. I'm like, well, you saw the text messages.
And they're like,
right? Because I'm homegirl Tash, right? I'm prophetic and I'm intuitive, but I'm also homegirl Tash. So I'm having real conversations with you about things that's going on in your life that you may be in denial of. You may not want, you may pretend not to know. But I'm gonna bring it to surface because here we are, and this is what's going on in your life, and we need to deal with this.
Okay, so let's just talk about that. So say they come to you, they're like, this is what I'm feeling, and you tell them the truth. How do you help walk them through? Because a lot of people, they're stuck, like you said, they may know something, but they need that confirmation. How do you help walk them through the steps to get to where they need to go? Because a lot of people, the reason they don't want to know is because they don't know what to do.
Yeah, but they're
lost.
They're super lost. But that's a part of the strategy, right? And that's why I'm an intuitive life strategist. Because I don't just tell you what's going on in your life. I'm giving you the roadmap to say, okay, yes, this sucks right now. This is terrible, and you're going through a hard time. But if you do X, Y, Z, because I see that you have a passion in acting, right? Because I can identify everything. Like, you used to be an actor when you were 9 years old. They're like, oh my God, yes. I'm like, get back to your roots of what you love. Like, I'm giving you the intuitive strategy as well of the things that I know you love, of the things that I know you really are passionate about in your life. And I'm showing you the light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm not just telling you what to do. I'm like, if you do X, Y, Z, you'll get out of this. And this is what is in front of you as a result of you making these particular steps. So they have something to look forward to, right? And so if I'm telling you what's happening in your life without you telling me anything, then you might want to listen to the trajectory that I'm seeing for your future, right? Because it's for your own good.
That's so good.
Yeah.
I think that's why a lot of people struggle, Tash, is because they don't really know what to do next. They don't have strategy.
No.
And some people really lack purpose. They don't really understand what their purpose is.
No.
And so they're stuck. I love the fact that not only do you tell them the truth, but then you also help them to figure out how to move through life to succeed. What do we do next?
Correct.
This is where we're going to start.
Yes.
When you come back, we'll go to the next step once you get through this. Like, I love that fact because I feel like a lot of people struggle. To your point, they may know, but they're like, but what am I going to do with this information? Where do I go? I don't know what to do, right?
And I give you the strategy, and I always tell my clients, because some clients are a bit obsessive and they want to speak to me every day. If they could speak to me every day, they would, right? Which I love. I'm grateful. But I want you to take time to work on your life. You have to do the work, right? Faith without work is dead. I'm going to give you the roadmap, the cheat code, all the things for you to do the work. And I tell my client, do not book me before 3 months. I don't want to speak to you until 3 months from now. Don't book me next month. Don't book me the month after. We can speak quarterly because you need this 90 days to work on the things that I gave you in your session. So when we speak, we're speaking about the next thing. We're not talking about the same thing that we spoke about 3 months ago. That's not how you're going to get results, right? So I tell them, they're like, oh, Tasha, I want to talk to you every week. I don't do what I do for the money. I can't. I'm not charging for my gift. I'm charging for my time. And if my time is not valuable to you because you're still not doing the work, then we're wasting everybody's time. My time, your time. It's pointless, right? So do the work, right? And circle back.
I like that. I like that you're forcing them to take those actionable steps and you're being honest with them and holding them accountable there. A lot of people struggle with that. They don't know how to own up to whatever it is they're going in their life. Like, say it is like, infidelity or, something bad happening to them. Where's your accountability? What are you going to do? Where do you factor in to fix this? Exactly. Correct. It's not Tasha can't fix it. You got to fix it.
You have to fix it, right? And that's why my bio is potential future, right? Your past, your present, and the possibility of your future. Because I'm not God, and no one can predict anybody's future. Right? Let me be very clear. And that's why I said I don't really believe in psychics or tarot cards to tell you, oh, I see you doing this, right? I can tell you, these are the things that I'm seeing with you right now. This is what your life could be like as a result of you doing X, Y, Z and working it out. And that is what can happen. If you don't do those things, then it's not going to happen, right? I'm not holding a crystal ball. I can't make you do anything you don't want to do, but I will give you the cheat code to make it happen. And that's where the results are.
So here's from a different perspective. When you're talking to clients and say you do hold a client accountable and they don't follow through with their side, how do you decide that, okay, this isn't working or you're not moving forward? Like, what do you do in those different scenarios?
Atoya, you know me, we're friends, right? And I'm super duper turn up. Okay. So we have super hard New York conversations. Right.
Straight to the point.
Straight to the
no,
point.
you New
right?
Yorkers don't play.
No. Right. And this is not for me. This is for you. And this is out of love. And sometimes tough love is where it's at. And oftentimes I realize that people need tough love. Right. They don't need you to sugarcoat anything or dust swivel in the dust. No, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Get this together. You're not going to succeed. You're not going to. It's a different conversation. I tell my clients, let's not make this conversation be tough.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak to you next time and go through the ceiling and go through the roof. I am truly the homegirl who cares. So I am going to have a tough conversation with you, whether you like it or not. And then I will offer you to not book with me anymore. Like because you're wasting my time, your time. If you're not going to do the work, then why are you booking with me? Don't book.
Yeah. I think they want to hear, but to your point, they don't want to do.
You have to do the work. If that's the only way it's going to work, you have to do the work. And the good news is if I'm giving you the roadmap, if I'm telling you.
There's really no excuse.
What is the excuse?
You got the whole plan right there in front of you.
Right there. Pen and paper, record it, however you want to do it. You have everything, the tools, the information, the resources. You have it. Sometimes I go above and beyond for my clients. I may use my own personal resources to help a client. Like, I'm like, okay, you want to get in real estate? I know someone who's in real estate. She's killing it right now. I'm going to partner you guys together. I go above and beyond oftentimes for my clients too, but you still have to make the phone call.
Yeah. Okay, so we talked a lot about what you do. There's also something else you do, and you mentioned her a couple times. You mentioned Shay, your BFF, and you ladies created something special. Talk about what it's called and what you just recently did.
Well, thank you. So Shay and I, my bestie and I, Dr. Shay Wood and I, have created the BFF experience. And our mission is to really show people what it means to have authentic, kind, loving, supportive friendships and relationships, right? Because we believe that a friendship is an experience, right? It's different experiences in relationships. And it's really contingent upon who you are, how you show up, and the type of energy that you welcome around you, and being authentic in that space of whatever it is, right? And you recently sat on our panel this past Saturday. Thank you. You're amazing. And it's just really having those authentic conversations about how we can elevate each other. How can we evolve? What are different people's perspective for friendships? What are people's different beliefs of it? And we're really creating a mission on a national level to bring light and shed light to the importance of friendships and relationships.
Yeah, I think you ladies did a great job of, where the moderators were amazing as well, but just really diving in and asking real questions in regards to friendship. I know a lot of people, they may not have had great examples growing up, so people do struggle in that area. They don't know how to, to be a really good friend.
Yes.
They may have not ever experienced that. Yes. They know what they want, but they don't necessarily know how to be that to someone else. So my question to you is, Tash, what does it mean to you to be a really good friend?
Mm-hmm. Showing up. That's huge for me. Showing up. I'm a true believer that people make time for the things that they want to make time for. My mom raised us that way, to say if someone wants to do something for you, they will figure it out. If someone wants to show up for you, they will figure it out. And it doesn't have to mean physically in the space, right? You can send a text. You can tell me you're thinking of me. You can send me flowers. You can say, hey girl, I couldn't come to your event, but let's link next week and have lunch and dinner so we can talk about it. Like, let's jump on a call. Like, there's many ways that you can show up for someone if you choose to do that. I'm super busy, busy, but I try to show up for my friends and the people who I care about. Shay and I, we come to everything mostly, if you notice, anybody who's having something, you guys are great. We try to show up because it's important to show up for your people, right? Like, even if you stop through for 10 minutes, hey girl, I'm so proud of you, giving a hug. This is amazing, and let's go. And that's it. Show your face, show love. That for me is friendship. Advice. If you need me, call me. I extend myself to all of my friends. If there's anything that you need, I'm a phone call and a text away. And I will find time to contact you in between all my sessions. All the talks that I'm having, you will hear from me. So that's friendship for me.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Okay, I want to talk about friendship one more way, and then we're going to move into rapid fire. But I want to talk about friendship in the space of maybe there's some conflict. Maybe you're going through something. How do you, I know you said you're straight to the point, which I love about you.
Yes.
How do you navigate conflict or anything that may be difficult? There's a lot of people out there that struggle with just being authentically, just being honest. And what would you say to them in that space?
Well, you're not going to get anything good if you're not honest and authentic, right? That means that your whole life is going to be a lie. So if you want to live your life in a lie, then you choose to live your life in a lie. Nothing good comes out of that. It comes back around you full circle, and then you end up staying stuck and stagnant. So those are your choices. That's accountability. Because for me, that often translates into victim. Right?
Ooh.
Like, if you don't want to take accountability in your own relationships that aren't working and confront them in a mature, responsible way, then you are sitting in the mess, and you have to choose that. You're choosing mess. So for me, it's all about choices. All of my relationships are what they are because I chose them. I made a choice for them to be the way that they are. If something doesn't work for me, then I move away from it. I speak my piece on it and I keep it moving.
That's good. Look, one thing about Tash, y'all, she gonna tell you the truth, and that's what I love. There's exactly who you are.
Yes,
and a lot of people don't. They struggle with that. So I hope in listening to this, they really try to work on finding their authentic selves.
Yeah, I try. Tough conversations are hard. They're not easy, right? No. And relationships and friendships. But if you care about the person enough, and even if you don't, for your own peace. Right? You can not care about this person from a grain of salt. But for and I'm telling you, but for me, I've had people that I'm like, what is going on? Why is this person saying this about me? Right. They don't even mean that much to me to be talking about me. But okay. But guess what? I still have the conversation. I will still reach out and say, hey, this is Tash. This is what I'm hearing. This is what I see. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's meet for coffee. Good. Let's have a conversation. Because we're both whoever we are, and we can move this under the dust. And we can agree to not disagree, and we don't ever have to be friends. But let's have the conversation.
That's true. Amen. There you go. Y'all heard it. Okay, so you ready to play rapid fire?
I'm ready.
Okay. So I'm just going to give you some questions, and it's going to be a this or that or a fill in the blank. Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Some of them are sports related. Some of them are not.
I suck with sports. Is this like a trivia thing?
Well, here we go.
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
Favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Paris.
Name your favorite sports team.
New York Giants.
Okay. Tell me one of your favorite interviews or reads.
The Sway in the Morning, Sway Universe. That was my favorite. The vibes and the energy there was amazing.
I love Sway.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yes. Okay. Someone you admire.
Oprah Winfrey. And 3 people. Can I just get 3? Oprah Winfrey.
Absolutely.
My mom, God rest her soul, she raised me well, I think. I know. Oprah Winfrey, my mom, my sister, Stacey Moore, and Joy Gordon, former CEO of Dress for Success Worldwide. She's like a bonus mom to me. And my bestie, Shay Wood.
I love it. Yeah. Shout out to Shay. Yeah. She's hella cool. I love her.
She's the best.
Okay. Do you prefer texting or calling?
Calling.
Do you prefer staying in or going out?
Do I have to choose one?
Yep. No cheating.
Going out.
Okay.
Going out.
Listening to music or podcasts?
Music.
What are you most proud of?
How far I've come. This was just me following a passion of wanting to help and empower and inspire people. And to see that I've built such an incredible brand where I'm helping thousands of people around the world, including some of the top A-list celebrities, is a dream. I'm grateful. And the brand that I've built, the brand and the mission that I've built, I'm super proud of it.
If you could tell younger Tash anything, what would it be?
Bet on yourself. Mm-hmm. Be kind to people, which I've always have been. Just be yourself. Be yourself.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Okay, one more question. What is next for Tash?
Well, I have a hope. I don't want to speak this into the universe.
Okay.
It's my own show. My own show on television, on a huge network. My own reality show and or show television and radio. Radio. I would like to have my own show on an iHeartRadio or a Sirius XM, a Talk to Tash show where people are calling in and they're asking their questions and they're getting guidance and inspiration. And I have different guests to support me with that mission.
I'd love that.
Yes,
I would be, look, I'd be tuning in every time, Tash. You already know.
Thank you.
You've spoken into existence. It's going to happen. Amen and amen.
Thank you. Amen. I believe it. I'm close. I'm close. So we'll see what happens.
Well, yes, let us know. Now, listen, I know that there's going to be women that anyone that wants to reach out to you. They may be struggling. They might need something from you. How do they get a hold of you?
Sure. First and foremost, please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Talk to Tash 922, spelled out TalkToTash 922. I have a couple of impersonators out there. That's making fake Instagrams. No exaggeration. So I have to spell it out so they can know which one is me. Really me. I have the blue check. I have 23,000 followers. That's the real Talk to Tash. And then my website to book your personal session is talktotash.com, TalkTotash.com for your private session.
There you go, y'all. Awesome. Reach out to my girl. She's amazing. You will love her. As you can see, she's the greatest personality and you'll just feel at home. So Tash, thank you for coming on.
You're amazing. Thank you.
And I can't wait for everyone to just reach out and just really find out what you're about. You're a beautiful soul. So thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, thank you, Atoya. Thank you for having me. You're a beautiful soul. And congratulations on all the things that you are doing. I'm so proud of you. Yes, thank you.
Okay, well, that's a wrap for Inside Lines Podcast. I'm your host, Atoya Burleson, where we talk about real stories, real talk every week. Please don't forget to subscribe and share and leave it all out on the field. See you next time.